Okay, everyone, and here we are. Welcome to Vengeance in Vaulderie. I think this is the fourth episode. The fourth episode. Yes, yes. I think A Party to Die For is the name of this episode. Welcome, everyone. Taking a look. We're got a raffle. Apacho saying it's the great Hey Tyler Gray. Of course, Tyler Gray is always amazing every time we see them. So, welcome. Welcome. I'm glad everyone's been able to make it and stick with us. We're going to go ahead. Davy Jones show. Oh my God, Darcy. Whoa. Yes, no, indeed. Everyone has brought their A game for the S spot, the Sabat party. It's not the Sabat party. This is not Pala Grande. But it's still a big deal to have a party in the Sabat. My hope is the fun part you'll see is the nice juxtaposition between the Camarilla party that we had at the beginning and the Sabat party. It'll be same yet terribly different. So that's what I'm looking for here tonight. So welcome. We're going to be playing Vengeance in Vaulderie, a V5 Sabat Chronicle. If you've missed our previous episodes, go back and watch it on YouTube or here on Twitch. If you're watching us now, I assume you've seen all of them, so we're just going to go ahead and get straight to it. Real quick review of our consent mechanics. I have warned the players about the particular topics tonight. Sabat Party's a little bit more violent, so I gave a little bit more warning about violence. There is definitely going to be some implied sexual contact between characters here tonight. It most likely will happen off screen, but given these people I have here today, that's just the starting point. So we talked about it. Everyone's agreed with it. It's still a yellow topic. That's why it was warned. Green topics are anything that everyone's okay with. Yellow topics we bring up. And then state provisos. For example, should we continue our romantic intimacy between these terrible monsters? Perhaps Mother Lillian will say, yellow topic, intimacy, I'm going to seduce the terrible tentacle creature. Okay, everyone agrees and we're good. Or if we're like, you know what, just please don't be too explicit, we all have to agree and we move on. Red topics are things we just don't talk about. They happen in the world of darkness, but they're not the focus of our story. So with that being said, let's go around, introduce everyone, and tell me what you're looking forward to here tonight. Hi, everyone. I'm the Vampire Interpreter. You can find me on Instagram as the Vampire Interpreter. I'll post tons of fun photos, kind of preparing posters, and you can see my other LARP activities that I do, because LARP's coming back. I'm so excited for that. The other things I do, a lot of stuff. Sinners and Saints on this channel, I do the Vampire Interprets, which will be returning later this month as I talk about just different topics in gaming. We have Star Trek Sagittarius every other Wednesday here on this channel. I also do Van Helsing 1776 on Zweihander RPG. And I was just talking to Broken Dice Games today. We did the Nuwaden Chronicles for them on Weave the Tale. Weave the Tale. So that's all the fun stuff I've been doing. Now let's meet everyone else who I'm sure you've already met. But we'll jump over to the top of the pyramid, at least in my setup. We'll jump over to you, Rachel. Rachel, introduce yourself and tell me, plug something you'd like to plug and tell me what you're looking forward to in this episode.
Hello, everybody. My name is Rachel. Obviously, I am playing Nova the Toreador. You know that already. This is episode 4. In terms of plugging something, I'm just reiterating everything that I've already said. I wrote a book. You can find it on Amazon, Mystic Point by R.C. White. You can also find me on Instagram at Peacock Vampire. And what I am looking forward to or excited about for this episode is Nova's first S-spot. She's having a lot of firsts.
Yeah, that is I think the theme of the entire season is the first for Nova, the first Elysium, the first rescued by the Sabat, the first Vaulderie, the first S-spot. I'm sure eventually here soon you're gonna cut a bitch, so the first time that's happening too. It is an S-spot.
I don't have a dagger in my inventory, so
well, you know what?
I've got line.
We'll find it, I'm certain. Let's drop down to Ty, who we missed you last week. Ty, why don't you introduce yourself, plug anything you'd like, and tell me what you're looking forward to this episode. Or something about last episode that was fun to watch, because you did say you got to watch that today.
I did. Hi, my name is Ty. You can find me at Hey Tyler Gray on Instagram and Twitter. I'm obviously looking forward to the SBOT tonight and to see what fun we will have. But I do want to gush about last week's episode. Even though I wasn't there, I watched it right after and was losing my shit. If I think Adam kind of mentioned it a little bit right after that scene, but I play Lily in the Black Angels at the night in question a couple years ago, which is was very much the best LARP experience I had out of my 2 whole LARP experiences. But yeah, so it was really fun to see Zazel again, especially because we didn't stream this, but we did a campaign of the Black Angels. And spoiler alert, he doesn't live forever. So it was kind of heartbreaking to see Zazel again, and I was like, my love. But yeah, so that's what I was really excited about last episode.
Awesome, Ty. I think I sent you a photo of me in the costume just before we started, like a little wink. Yep. I'm terrible like that. Let's jump over to.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Ty. I'm sorry, you cut out.
No. I was just like, you sent it, and I was like, oh my god, what are they doing?
We'll jump over to Jamie. Jamie, introduce yourself, plug something you want to plug, and tell me what you're looking forward to for this episode.
Hey, my name is Jamie. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook as Danny Vigilante. I got 2 musical projects going right now. Witch Hands, which is some post-punk kind of death rock sound, and 39 Lost, which is a little more punk rock. Tonight, I'm really looking forward to helping Adam kind of break in Nova, but at the same time kind of expose some people out there who maybe don't know a lot about the Sabbat. Kind of what an SBOT is, what a gathering of Sabbat Cainites is like, and what it's like when monsters shed all pretenses of humanity and just revel in what they are. So really excited to play that for you guys.
Awesome.
I wonder if there's a LARP for that.
Now, speaking of the night in question, we'll have to. That reminds me of several other projects I have. By the way, I have more projects in the work because as we said before, I just seem to come up with stuff and not sleep. Last but certainly not least, real quick before we go on to last but certainly not least, Lillian, you will notice that Tomi is not here tonight. Tomi's work schedule has killed her, and she could have made it tonight and stared blankly at the screen, but her mental health is more important, so Maya will be off doing something else, which we might address in the narrative. If we don't get around to it, I'll always write myself into a corner some way. So we'll miss you, Tomi. Hope to see you next week. And now, Ember, introduce yourself, plug something you'd like, and tell me what you're looking forward to here tonight.
Hi, my name is Ember. You can find me at IZLillianEmber Instagram. And I cannot wait to see what we have in store for Nova. I really want to know what all Lydia was doing last game, because she kind of disappeared and didn't tell anybody what she was up to. So I also just have to say, everyone looks fabulous. I can't believe we took our costumes to 11 this time. Great job, everybody.
I am very excited. Actually, one of our chat mates that's watching us here, Oryx, noticed that they are enjoying. I said he. I don't know your gender, so they are enjoying the costume evolution. If you go back and watch one of my pitches for this whole show, one of the things I want you guys to watch is Nova's physical transformation as this goes on. If you go watch the first episode in all white, very kind of showing the innocence of it, to where we are now, I wonder what Nova will look like in the final episode. So yeah, I'm glad somebody picked up on that, watching kind of the evolution. I think the Sabbat have always been kind of loud, the established Sabbat, but this is the first night I think Nova looks like she belongs. And
I will say that we kind of workshopped this backstage. Yeah. Nova didn't dress herself for the S-Bot.
Oh yeah, that's but still the visual, I'm loving it here. I'm glad everyone's liking it here. Vlad Daddy D. I love this name. I do not know who you are. Vladdy. I thought I saw Vlad Daddy.
Vladdy D, my dear.
Oh,
It's
gotcha.
Vladdy D.
Vladdy D. It's now he needs to be Vlad Daddy. That's your new name. Vlad Daddy is your new name, my friend. Love it. Love it. I love all of you that come here and watch us. I don't think I've seen you before specifically, but I like Apacho. We have Chaotic Story, T-Dorf. No doubt. I think Get Ortrix has been here a couple of times. Dracula Tepes, I believe, might be new. I feel like I recognize that, but we love
That's
it when
my
you
little
guys...
brother.
That's your little brother? Oh,
Yeah.
my God. I remember meeting your little brother ages... Oh, hold on. Let me go get my walker. Let me get my walker here. Oh, my God.
Shut up.
Yeah. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh. All right. So thank you, everybody. Good night. Now I'm going to go die because I feel old enough to do that. All right. Here we are. Let's go ahead and get going here. I've tried to avoid live streams, so I caught up on the previous stream. Hey, well, you know what, Vladdy D, I'm glad you're here, and I'm loving that username, so there we go. And Mr. Cultist just got here. Mr. Cultist, we enjoy your presence as well. That being said, gushing over the fans and the usernames, love it. And then Damn Weirdo, too, is just a lurker. Thank you. Thank you. There you go. That's how we like it here. I'm loving these usernames. These are the favorite. I love this here.
All the love.
Yeah.
They came with the usernames.
Yeah, so that being said, hey, another quick plug. In not next week, but the week after, we're going to kind of have our mid-season break where you'll have an Ask Us Anything, and you kind of, if you don't already know us from previous Ask Us Anything, you can learn more about like us as people or as players, performers, how we all met, fun like that. So bring your questions. That'll be in 2 weeks. It'll be a lot of fun, and that's when, the damn lurker. Webmage 13. Webmage, is that you, Paula? I'm sorry, if that's you, Paula, I am so excited to see you. I heard Ace caught 1776 last night. Sorry to just completely hijack the stream here, but there it is, Paula. Cool, yeah, I control the go button, so ha 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 ha. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So,
Ember, have you been able to introduce yourself yet?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought so.
I don't know if we derailed that.
We did. I was pretty sure. Because it ended with Ember saying that we all look fabulous.
That's what it was.
There
and
we
then
go.
we derailed. I was like, I just want to make sure everyone has their time to introduce themselves. And then
That's good.
went on the whole
You're
tangent
so
of
sweet, but
high
I'm
street.
good.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. All right. I would jokingly say, how could I forget Ember? But I'm sure there one time I will, and I will eat my words because I got a lot of stuff going on over here. Yeah, a lot of stuff, a lot of important stuff. That being said, let's get to it. Yeah. So, I need to get on a quick costume here, as Mother Lillian so adequately pointed out. Lydia does occasionally from time to time disappear. Sabat they're in a way big Canaanites. They can do what they want. But a couple of nights in a row, that's a little unusual. Where can Lydia be? Well, we're going to find out. Lydia, I kind of gave you a hint of what's actually happening, even though everyone else doesn't know. Do you want to set the scene, or should I?
I'll let you. I do it in storytelling magic.
All right. Okay. Let me get the fangs going. Good. We'll skip the claws, right? Sorry about that. Hit the wrong button. Okay. If this were a movie, we would see a dark room. Taking up half the frame is a hardwood floor. The camera will pan along it to reveal iron bedposts. And as we approach this bed, we will see clothing. And then a foot will appear in frame, as if someone's getting dressed. The camera will pan up. I will let I will let everyone decide whether or not we tastefully cover up the body of Lydia, or you all get to see the Sabbat glory. I will let you fill that in yourself, audience. Lydia, you check your phone, and you have, of course, missed several messages from your pack. And over behind you, putting on his clothes, is the character that I'm dressed as. Your phone's been going off. Your friends
Yeah.
looking for you?
They're always looking for me.
So do they know?
Because they don't know.
Oh, are you gonna get in trouble? He says, crawling across the bed towards you.
I never get in trouble.
Only because they don't catch you.
Well, obviously.
If Maya ever found out, I don't know what she would think. The Black Hand and all.
I mean, if any of them found out, I'm sure none of them would have very good thoughts.
Yeah.
I didn't say that this was a smart decision, but I think it's the more fun of them.
Well, our kind don't normally get along. Luckily for you, I'm a little special. That being said, I don't want you to take this amount of concern I'm going to have for you too much to heart. I know you're getting out of this what you want, but the fact that my heart still beats maybe will make me a little bit sentimental. My people, my elders, tell me something has come to town. Some evil spirit. It does not heed our call, our control. I think it may have something to do with your kind.
Did they give it a name?
Oh, we have so many names for it. But he grabs a piece of paper and he starts drawing. I want you to keep an eye out for this, okay? And when I show this to you, you will want to say a word. That is what this thing is called, but you have to try not to speak. And if it gets too much, I'll hold your mouth shut. When you invoke its name, you get its attention. But whatever this is dangerous beyond belief. If you see it, if you see this symbol, this word, or you meet something that you think it's it, call me. Can you do that?
We could certainly try. I can't help but think you're overacting just a little bit, beating heart and all. But come on.
Well, so he will show you this symbol, and in a way, it is kind of this strange alien design that your mind has trouble understanding. But when you see it, you want to say something. And just before it bubbles out of you, he will put his hand over your mouth. Shh. Whatever this thing is, it doesn't respond to our calls, like I said. It is of my people as well. But anything that doesn't listen is to be feared.
Lydia will. Can I take the drawing?
If you want. The The spirits will not invoke its power when you show it to others. It is only a gift that I have, or rather my people.
She'll take it and fold it up and like tuck it into her pocket.
It may be nothing, but when my elders get frightened of a spirit, it's something to worry about. Besides, you don't keep a dog like me around if you don't intend to sick it on something, right?
Well, it's very sweet that you would do my sicking. She'll crawl back up close to him. It's also very adorable how concerned you are.
Don't mistake it for weakness, he says. And he will, he reaches and touches your face, and a little bit, claws will sprout out of his hands as it begins to grow a tiny bit of fur. And then he kind of touches your back where the wounds were before. Remember, I leave marks.
That raises questions. Be careful not to flick him on the nose. It's sweet. It's a sweet gesture.
You do like to tease me so. Luckily for you, I lost a lot of my rage in my last fight, so I don't need to establish dominance.
Lucky for me, I don't need the mother to fix these wounds.
You hear outside this sickening, horribleness, and I mean sickening, like it sounds sick, howl. I gotta go. The pack calls. He'll stand up. You keep an eye out for that for me. Is there anything you need from me?
Keep an ear low to the ground for anything else.
All right. So he'll open the door and wink and leave. And your phone, of course, will at that point in time vibrate again, as it's done several times.
I will check it.
I will turn to the established members of the pack. Who has been texting Lydia wondering where she... Of course, Mother is like, oh, gotcha. There's a few from Darcy. Both of them. Just, where are you?
I can imagine that Mother made Nova text.
No.
Text her sister.
No. Mother's not going to force Nova to do anything. Nova is free, and Mother enjoys reminding her that.
I will text Mother back. And are these text messages just like, where have you been? Like, where are you?
Darling, we really need to talk is more along the lines of the things. There are many things I need to tell you, and a lot of these are very important. And then the last one you'll get from me is, my child, we just procured a copy of the Book of Nod. Please give me a call back soon.
On my way home. Kissy face.
Finally kiss your mother. There you go. That being said, looking over here, I think this is the first time on the stream I've not had a collared shirt on. Like, one of the few times. This is weird. I don't know what you guys are all like. I feel half dressed up here. Okay. You are able to return safely to your haven with the rest of your pack mates. And my question is, I'll ask this to the group. do you guys want to have a, is there going to be a where have you been young lady scene, or do we want to fast forward to the S spot? And I say that completely open.
Whatever the pack wants to do.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to speak for everyone.
Well, it seems like you're the one talking, so go ahead, Mother Lillian. What do you want to do?
Well, I feel like I need to tell her about the horrible thing and the piece of Simone's back and, you know, scary shit.
Yeah.
That was
While you were gone, things got weird.
It's got a little bit weird.
And I want to have like a one-on-one scene with her, so Darcy wouldn't do this in front of the pack. He'd pull her aside. So.
Gotcha. You know what? I'm gonna rather than asking the audience here, I'm gonna let Rachel/Nova decide what scene's gonna be first. Are we gonna have Mother Lillian's decompression moment, or are we gonna watch the private scene between Lydia and Darcy? What do you want to see?
Well, knowing all this secret info I know, which is very, very little, I think we should do the Darcy scene last, because that's going to end us on a real fun note.
All right, I love it. Okay, so I see Lydia arriving at the door, and in a way, knowing that you've been off with your secret boyfriend or fur friend or whatever it is, you're probably making sure you look presentable and there's no symbol. You know, there's nothing that you just didn't have a good time. And you're gonna open the door, and there's literally, quote unquote, mom and dad waiting in the foyer for you. And Nova, what are you doing? I see what, because I feel like mom and dad are doing the thing. Where are you? Are you in your room? What's up? What is Nova doing?
I feel like Nova is in her K-Night equivalent of pajamas, just like digging through any clothes that she has, because she's been told this is a really important night. You have to look a certain way. You can't embarrass us. You can't look all cammy. So she's like, I don't know what to wear.
You can't look all cammy.
So she's just trying to find an outfit.
Gotcha. Okay, so you come into the living room to Nova digging through piles of clothing, from what's left over of her stuff to the clothing, and some of it's not clothing. It's like probably literally skin sewn together. Other outfits. You will see Mother Lillian, who I assume at this moment has a little bit of concern on her face. Not too much, because I feel like Mother Lillian is typically very light. But Darcy, I think, I don't know. I don't know if do you have the disappointed dad look, or you got the worried husband look? What do you got, Darcy?
It would be a mixture of relief and annoyance.
Gotcha. Okay. And I will leave you guys to roleplay it.
immediately put my hands up. Not.
Oh, thank goodness you're back.
Well, look what the cat dragged in.
Don't be like that. We're all family here. We have to get along, and we're going to get along if I even have to sew you together, okay? Please tell us where you've been, darling.
Well, I've been just poking around here and there, and
Remember the last time we talked when you said you weren't going to lie to your mother? So how about we try again?
I've been poking around and happened upon some well, not so favorable information.
How?
I've been led to believe that this is of concern to us. And with that, she will take the folded up piece of paper from her bra and hand it to Mother.
All right, well, let's go ahead and start the plot off with a bang, shall we? All right, so on this is a strange inscribbled symbol That being said, I'm gonna let you. Let's roll everyone's hunger real fast. I'm gonna do that. Oh, okay. Real quick, Lydia. Very important question. You're a vampire, and you were with your boo, who we've established may or may not be normal. We know my rule number one in LARP, but my question is, did you feed? Did you put it in your mouth? Because that, and I'm gonna let you decide whether or not that's how things went down. But it changes some things. So
I think it'd be fun to let the audience decide.
okay, audience, I love it. So here's what's happening here. I'm gonna give you guys. I think I know the answer here. So typically, when vampires, especially canines, they lose. Sex is a pleasurable experience, but it doesn't have the same gravity or doesn't fulfill you in the same way that it does as a mortal. So oftentimes vampires will feed from humans. Sometimes vampire lovers will feed from each other because it invokes the ecstasy of the kiss. So the question is Lydia smart knowing that her boyfriend is something else? Does Lydia not put it in her mouth? Or does she feed and put it in her mouth and risk all those terrible consequences? We'll leave you to decide. So go ahead for the next 30 seconds. Vote. You can vote feed or not feed, put it in your mouth, not put it in your mouth. That, just as a quick while everyone's voting. In my LARP experience, I tend to notice, oh, Ember's here. So Ember is the reason all of my characters always have the rule of, rule number one, don't put it in your mouth. Because everyone seems to do that in Vampire. They're like, what is this strange magical thing? Ah. Or what is this strange pretty thing? Ah. And so you just generally don't do that because it has terrible consequences in LARP. And especially in a competitive LARP environment, just don't put it in your mouth if you don't know what it'll do. So that's my rule number one. That's where it comes from. They all know the rule, at least heard it, so that's why they laugh. Let's see what we got here. We've got Standing Wolf feeds, Davy Jones Chef feeds, put it in your mouth, no feed. Yes, put it in your mouth, no feed. I like T-Dorf there. T-Dorf is very clear here. Love it there. Apacho feeds, Vladdy D, no feed, no put it in your mouth. Web Mage, of course Web Mage feed. We're getting a lot of feeds. I'm thinking you're gonna put it in your mouth. Yeah, let me check something.
Dirty girl, goodness.
Yeah. I mean, that being said, you would have made the same. All of you would have made the same choice. Don't lie to me.
Yeah.
I mean, you were talking about me with a tentacle beast earlier. So.
Yeah, that's, yeah. So also the reason Ember is that Ember literally blood bonded like 3/4 of a game to her character. That's the rule. That's the practical reason of, I don't care how pretty it is, don't put it in your mouth because it always ends poorly. I gotta check something here. Supernet. I thought they might have put this in here. No. Let me just check one more thing. All right. So here's the pros and cons here. Lydia, you have fed from your boo, as we're lovingly gonna call it. You have no hunger. You are strangely satisfied, even though you didn't kill him. So that's good. However, I will worry about the mechanical aspects of it later. You are full of, I'm going to say, passion. And I say that as a general thing. There is no such thing as moderation in your response right now. You are either 110% or you're nothing. There is no, so that's how you role play it. If other stuff happens, we'll go ahead and worry about the role. So you are satisfied in literally more ways than one after visiting your boo, but the consequences we will see. That being said, let's go ahead and roll for Nova. Nova, you are at Hunger 2. Mother Lillian, you are at Hunger 2 as well, and Darcy, you are at Hunger 2 as well. All right, so everybody's Hunger 2 but Lydia. So, all right, now getting to the dice roll. Mother Lillian, you are the only one here that has a wild shot in hell of understanding what's happening here. You are going to make an intelligence and occult roll. The difficulty is going to be 4. So you're rolling 6 dice. Do you want me to roll it for you using the bot, or do you got dice there?
I have dice right next to me.
All right. So what you're going to need, two of them either have to be different color or segregated. Those are your hunger dice.
Not a
You were
problem.
looking.
I have black and white dice.
You're looking 7 through 10 are successes. If you get 2 10s, that counts as a crit, and you're going to need to tell me. So.
All right. I have 3 successes, no 10s.
You have 3 successes, no 10s?
Yep.
So you will not be able to recognize this symbol, but you are very close. You can, and this you have to look. You could spend a willpower point to re-roll all non-hunger dice that are not successes. So if you have like only 1 or 2, if you've so
Point of order, it's up to 3.
it's up to
non-hunger
3.
dice.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So
means
do you
I can-
want to?
I can spend a willpower and I can re-roll 1 then.
If you want, you don't necessarily have to. If you want to save your willpower, let me take a look at your willpower. You got a fair amount of willpower, so it's.
I'll do it.
You're gonna do it. All right,
Strong
cool.
character choices after
There
all.
you go. Yeah.
Important somebody
And that's
else.
10.
There you go. So that's it. How many 10s do you have? No 10s. So you have 4 successes. Okay. This is a werewolf glyph. Okay, and it is specifically of it is striking similarity to a evil spirit called the Devourer Worm, but that has its own additional flares. What the hell any of that means beyond that? Your people have fought a strange group of werewolves called the Shadow Lords for years and years, and they have declared war on the Kupla, which is the magical spirit that helped create the Vaulderie. Magical spirit / demon / who knows what. And those people, the Shadow Lords, have waged war upon your clan for untold ages. And you have studied enough lore to know an idea of what that symbol looks like. That being said, but because you can read it, you need to make a resolve plus composure roll to not begin to say something.
All right.
Because the magic doesn't work when the werewolf boyfriend is drawing it, but since you can read it, there is a chance.
I'm also immediately going to, like, if she starts to say it, like, I will.
Gotcha. Sounds good.
Okay. My dice pool.
Resolve plus composure for you at a 6, so you're gonna have 4 normal dice, 2 hunger dice.
Alrighty.
Darcy's over here like, I just want to yell at this woman, and all this other crazy stuff's going on.
I have 3 successes. No.
All right, so yeah, so the good news is you are not compelled to say anything. Like the magic doesn't try to compel you to say the name. So to recap, Lillian pulls out of her bra, like, I think I've found something of importance. You look it over. You recognize this symbol. You also, now that you're looking at it, remember that back?
Yeah.
Remember that back? Yeah, that symbol's there. It's just not as clear. So, you know what this means. You know what's also on the back. So I'll let you guys roleplay what you want to do there. While Nova digs through clothing.
Oh.
Mother's, like, inquisitive face. Lydia will be like, do you recognize it?
I do. This is a werewolf symbol for spirit known of many different names, but commonly devourer. And I didn't realize it until now, but this symbol is the same symbol that's on Simone's back.
Simone's back?
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. I got a question here. Where the fuck did you find a fucking lupine glyph?
Friends in high places.
Yeah, I bet.
It's nothing you need to concern yourself with. I am being safe.
Well, that's just fine and dandy, darling, that you're safe. But as a ductus, it's my job to keep this whole pack safe. And if you're running with somebody who gets down with some lupines, see, that endangers the whole pack here.
If I'm safe, you are safe. I'm not doing anything to put the pack in danger.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that.
It's good, honestly. If I hadn't seen this particular glyph, this as clear as it is, I wouldn't have recognized it being the same thing that was on Simone.
Ain't nothing come from a lupine that's good. They're just furry chainsaws of murder and death.
Whatever it is, clearly there's a connection to whatever
What's
is
going on?
tell me. So you're welcome.
The more information we have, the better, my dear Darcy. No matter the source, it's more information. That means more power to us. Does it not?
As you say, Mother.
Continue, Lydia.
That was kind of it.
That was
I was
kind of it.
I was about like Simone, and then Darcy said cut in.
Ah. Well, you remember the unfortunate state that we found the artist in?
I do.
Well, of course, I had to go and visit Simone and bring her artist back to her. And Simone wasn't home. It really wasn't Simone anymore, is the best way to put it. Something spoke through her. It's the best way to put it.
Like she was possessed.
That's a good way to put it, yes.
Uh-huh. And what did she say? You said something about...
She said that on her back was the only thing that could save us from whatever this was that was coming. And proceeded to tear off her back and hand it to me.
Oh, lovely.
And so I have her back in the other room, and we were going to basically try and figure out what all of it meant. And like I said, it just didn't dawn on me when it was happening. I didn't recognize the symbol, but now that you handed this to me, it's clearer. I guess it's difficult to scrawl and claw on your own back. Maybe she did it in a mirror and it's backwards. But
Well, I suppose
this
it's...
is much clearer.
So this is a map?
No.
What's supposed to help us then?
Inscription, I do believe. Something to protect us. We don't know yet.
Right. Funny that this is all happening so close to the party.
Isn't it though?
Do you think it's a coincidence?
No, I don't think it's a coincidence. I think that there are lots of things coming into play, and I think there are lots of things going on behind the scenes that we're not yet aware of. I believe that the CAM seem to have gotten into things that they ought not. Mayhaps woken up something they shouldn't have.
Suppose we have to keep an
We
eye
have
out.
to deal with it.
I feel like we're always cleaning up those dumbasses' messes.
We are.
Hey,
You're not
Mama, how about you go check on Nova real quick? I'd have a little heart-to-heart here with my sweetie.
Of course. I'll talk more with you a little bit later, sweetheart. Nova, let me help you, sweetheart. I can find whatever you need.
So as soon as she kind of goes into the other room and the door closes, I'm gonna be like this far away from Lydia, and my voice.
I love it. I'm going to let you role play that, and I'm going to do a dice roll for Lydia. I don't want to interrupt you guys with that. So you go ahead and role play that. I will interrupt when I have the results. Are we good? Cool.
Now, it is not exactly my concern on who or where you put what in your body. But the next time I call you because I say I need something from you, you best answer your damn phone. We got shit pressing down on us from every other side. And there's something moving out there, and it's coming, and it's gonna come fast and hard. Probably more so than that little boyfriend of yours. The point being, you get your head on right before I got to take it off.
I think my head is on just fine. If it wasn't, I wouldn't have brought you this information. That is very helpful.
Yeah. Funny how that is. How conveniently you just seem to find yourself a werewolf glyph here in the middle of the Big Easy. Curious. I guess there's a lot of coincidences going on around here. You sold yourself out, child. You sold yourself out quick. We got a big night tonight. We got that little honeypot in the next room we got to take in there. We got to answer for that. On top of that, we got the barbed wire freaks breathing down our neck, and I aim to put them down into the dirt tonight. Now, if you ain't on board for that, if you ain't here to help the Shadow Kings, well, I got a solution for that too. You just let me know where you got to stand.
You can continue to role play normally, Lydia.
I'm here.
Then go get dressed. Put on something frisky. I need you drawing attention tonight.
Don't I always? And she'll...
Yeah, except this time I need you to do it on purpose. And with that, Darcy will kind of just turn on his heels and head into his room real quick.
I've already made my way to my room.
Gotcha. As Darcy was speaking to you, you did feel, actually almost appropriately so, kind of this slithering in your soul, as it were. Though for you, that might not be a strange feeling that wanted to lash out, but you were able to keep your cool because you rolled like a badass over here. So yeah, there we go. Yeah, exactly. I even like set the difficulty to like 3, and you ended up like 5 successes. So yeah, bastion of self-control right there.
I got close, but it came out.
Yeah. Hunger Dice Adam. Is that what you did? Yeah. All right. So that being said, let's yeah. I'm taking a look at the time. All right, guys, here's what we're going to... No, never mind. We're going to keep going. I was going to take a quick break, and then we could come back, and it'd be a great time to start the party. But it was like we were a little late because Darcy was a little behind, which is fine. We're going to push on, make it a little bit more halfway. So, with that, this is the part in the movie, as it were, or in this story, that we will cut to very... You know what? I'm gonna go old school and cringy here. We're gonna go to that slaughterhouse in Blade. That's where the party's gonna be, because why the hell not? We will see the assembled party get out of their Jesus Chrysler. I said it right. Everyone is dressed to the nines, as you see here, but even better as the light hits their outfits perfectly. They'll go through, there are a couple set of security. There's one that looks relatively normal. There is another that are clearly Shlachkas, which are flesh-crafted Tzimitzi ghouls. And at the final door, there are more, and there is this amalgam creature that sniffs you guys to to see if you smell right. And speaking of Lydia, since you're just always having a little trouble, we're going to see if this thing picks it up. Okay. All right. The creature does kind of recoil a little bit at the smell, but doesn't seem to cause a great deal of an alarm, per se. Its handler will look at it, and it kind of looks you over.
Hey, looking's for free, but if you're gonna keep that up, you best take a picture. Open the goddamn door.
Please forgive me. Enjoy the party. He will open the door. And I got a specific song totally for this. So
Lydia will like a small nod of thanks to Darcy without making eye contact.
all right. And now we will see the Sabbat party in all of its glory. And terrible and amazing as it is. Nova, for you, first of all, where before you've kind of followed behind everyone led you, you actually feel a community with this. Like, you were there with them. You're still behind, but you're kind of taking up the rear rather than being led. The lights, the music that is pulsing, everything is so vivid to you. And as you're kind of looking around at the sights to see, and it's hard to explain, the floor itself is white. It's a slaughterhouse, but unlike the marble floors of Elysium, you can see the blood stains, the little drops of blood here and there, where once people held wine glasses, and the ghoul attendants would sit there and stare lifelessly as they sought to the needs of the elders and the Camarilla. That is not happening here. While there are ghouls, no doubt, they move with purpose, either out of fear or excitement. You look over in one corner, there is what can only be described as essentially almost a small, discreet blood orgy in the corner of two Canaanites. Just one is mounting the kine, and the other is biting from the wrist. Their blood is smearing across their face. Their tongue is exploring every crevice of the hole that they've ripped into this person's flesh. But as you see that, you feel a pull. A natural pull as you realize the pack is moving this way. And you have to go with the pack. And as you move through different Canaanites and creatures that exist in this night, you feel alive. And it awakens a little bit of your primal nature, the beast that you have been trained so hard to kind of subvert, to control. You, instead of keeping it in this gilded cage in your heart, you've now put it on a leash. A little bit of room to roam, but you can't let it get too far yet. So, audience and my fellow players, imagine what you think an S-Bot would look like. Some of us have had very interesting experiences LARPing, seeing what one would look like. Others of us have been LARPing for years, and others of us just have vivid imaginations. That is what's happening here. What I need from everyone else. Nova, I gave you a little bit of a hint. We're going to circle and go back to you. You guys are walking into this party. This is a Sabbat party. Your entrance, this is you owning the room. How do you own the room? Lydia, starting with you, since this is, so far it's your episode of getting into trouble and getting some and now owning the room. What happens? How does Lydia own the room? And you can go ahead and describe. We have a bunch of Sabbat extras here. If there's a way they respond, tell me how the Sabbat responds to you. This is about you, your moment. Make it yours.
So I think as I walk into the room, everybody like eyes on me, but also in a not just in a oh, like they're hot kind of way, but oh, Lydia's here, because Darcy and I, like, we like roam the parties, like we get the info and like, like use our what's it called? Like we tag team, sort of to intimidate and get information and all that kind of stuff. So like when people like see me, they kind of like almost want to, I guess, like kiss up a little bit. Like they want to know like what's going on and like, what I'm up to, and like they just want my like
They fawn?
approval. Yeah.
Approval. Okay, I like that. That's a good description. So the newly, I don't want to say, those that have just received their true Sabbat status look to Lydia as the social heart here. Lydia's here and the party can begin. While the party has been going along, and I'm sure you guys are appropriately fashionably late. Not too late because you don't want to upstage the Archbishop or Cardinal, but late enough that it looks cool. So that's Lydia owning the room. Darcy, on the arm with Lydia, why don't you tell me how you own the room?
Well, I'm going to walk in there and we'll appropriately pause at the entrance and strike a dashing figure against the night. And as we move through the party, the deal makers and the powers that be, the movers and the shakers, will give subtle signs that they recognize that I'm here and that they'd like to speak with me at some point. While the sycophants gather round to fawn for our attention, I, of course, keep the long view in the back, trying to find the people I need to talk to so that we can make things happen. Secure power for the pack, of course, secure power for the Sabbat. And as we start to move, I make sure I lean back to our dearest Nova and just be like, now listen, child, move around here, you enjoy yourself. This night's about all of us, but there's a few rules you got to follow. If anybody says that there's somebody important, they're probably nobody you want to talk to. And don't give your blood to nobody tonight, no matter what anyone says.
Okay. Are there titles I need to worry about?
Religious ones, avoid those. Anybody who's like, oh, I'm High Inquisitor such and such, or I'm Cardinal this or that.
So don't say hi. Don't just walk away.
Be polite and gently excuse yourself.
Okay.
But have fun. There's a trick or two around here I'm sure you ain't never seen at a Camarilla gathering. Go experience something different.
Okay.
I can hear that little monster inside you begging. Go try something. You'd be surprised. And with that, we'll just kind of glide away.
Yeah. She's just gonna like maneuver to the dance floor and just kind of hover around it. Like, I personally have a very serious case of the Caucasians, so I can't really dance well.
But your character is a dancer,
but my character has performance.
There you go. So your character does not dance, not like the drunk white girl. Gotcha. Gotcha. Cool. So we'll end with you here in a second, Nova. But Mother Lillian, how do you own the room?
Walk in, hands like this, just kind of taking it all in, and then I'll reach my hand back to Nova, just to have her hand on mine if she wants to. If she doesn't, I'll let it go, and I'll lead her out and say, be safe, have fun.
I like
I'm
how
always here for you.
So we're going to transition over to you, Nova, because I think Lydia is owning the room and strutting their stuff.
I'm, mingling, like talking to you.
So, you were in a way left to your devices. This is more narrative than mechanical. You always have an instinctive idea of where they are. Like you can almost feel Mother watching you, even though Mother's not watching you, but she's totally watching you. Darcy's not watching you, but he does occasionally will make a glance. Lydia, I would say, appears like she is never watching, but does make the occasional glance. I would say out of all of them, she's probably the one that's least concerned with what's happening with you right now. So you are alone at the Sabbat party, at the S spot. Who do you talk to? Do you talk to anyone? Do you sit there like an awkward wallflower?
No, I don't think I talked to anyone. And I'm not sitting down. I'm literally just like not hovering off the ground. But I'm just like at the edge of the dance floor, just kind of like bopping, just like getting a feel for the music, because I've only been to a Camarilla event as a kindred. This is very different. This is very much something that I am used to, but it's still very foreign, because now I am a predator in a room full of predators, and we're all very open that we're predators. Mm-hmm. It's not the Camarilla. And so she both wants to join in, but she's like, I don't know how without looking stupid. And she very much so doesn't want to look stupid and embarrass everyone, because she knows she's the newbie.
All right. Looks like Lydia has something they want to say.
I think that like I'd be doing my own thing and everything, and then I think like maybe like the second time I kind of just like, I'm not even looking for her, but I just like happen to like walk down like past or whatever the edge of the dance floor, and I see her just like kind of bopping, like you know, like she looks a little nervous, and so I think I'm gonna go up right next to her and like kind of lean over her shoulder and whisper, like not whisper because it's probably really loud, so like, you know, fake whisper.
Fake whisper.
You should get out there.
Sure.
And she'll take Nova's hand and lead her to the dead center.
Oh God.
And they're very close.
So you're staying? Lydia, you're staying with Nova? Yeah. You said pull a okay, that's fine. I had some ideas of what I was planning, but I'm like, oh, you're staying. Okay, so there we go. I mean, it's up to you.
For a hot minute, and then.
So yeah, so I guess the question is so you stay with Nova for right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as the party gets going, Lydia's in there drawing some attention. Lydia, I'm gonna have you're gonna make a roll here. But you're gonna get a little bit of dice bonus from Rachel, because or not Rachel, excuse me, Nova, because Nova is mechanically fucking hot. And you are
got that merit, yo.
Yeah, you got that merit that you are beautiful, and she is, I think it's called stunning, but my technical term is fucking hot. You're gonna make a charisma, and we're gonna do. Ooh, wait a minute. We got that. Cool. Oh, you're actually not bad at this here. We're gonna do. Yeah, it's just gonna be. We'll do maybe. Yeah. So it's gonna be charisma +2 is the dice roll. Do you want me to roll it for you, Lydia?
Straight up charisma +2?
Yes, because they do not have performance.
Can I help with performance?
Oh yeah, you're giving an extra plus. You're giving an extra +1 because you're hot. So.
Okay.
You probably have it all set up. You can roll.
Gotcha. All right. Luckily, you have no hunger to an extent. I guess that's luck. Here we go. Why is this not working? Oh no, there we go. Cool. All right, you have 3 successes. There we go. All right, so Lydia begins to to dance. The music starts to kind of flow, and Nova, you do an amazing job because your act can actually dance. Lydia seems to rely on the fact that this is Lydia's room. So no one, or I shouldn't say no one, few will judge Lydia on how Lydia's dancing. But Lydia is not drunk white girl dancing, but close enough, and no one just cares. You can actually dance, though, as you pull it off. And it is starting to draw some attention. But let's cut over to you, Darcy. Darcy, what are you doing? You said you're looking around. Is there someone specific you want to go talk to? Or do you want me to just have random things happen to you? I'm gonna let you decide that.
I'm fully content sitting in the background with the understanding that I'm making shady backroom deals with the powers that be, and if at any point there becomes an opportunity for me to show about how great the Shadow Kings are because of this giant bag of loot that we have.
I was going to say, do you want to present that now, or do you want to wait till you have your pack to do the presentation?
I'm sure they're going to have some sort of formal moment later on in the evening.
Cool. So you're in the VIP section in your booth doing your thing.
And making sure to bend ears away from the barbed wire freaks and how unreliable and dangerous they can actually be to the silence of the blood.
Gotcha.
For these examples that are partially true but also mostly made up.
Gotcha. So we're actually going to hear. So this is the time social combat might turn into a thing here. I'm going to have you begin a round of social combat here. So the leader of the barbed wire freaks is Ramana, is her name, and you can target her. She is a Zamitsi. She's also the social heart as well. There is Minuet, her Macavian companion, and Razor, their Bruja enforcer. Who do you want to target specifically with your social attack?
Oh, go big or go home. We're going after Ramana.
All right.
Darcy will intentionally mispronounce her name as Ramona.
Gotcha. Sounds good. Let me hit the social combat things real fast here. Advanced
I feel like that should
conflicts.
get him an extra dice.
I like it. Why not? Stare down. Each attempt to convince to the prince is lying. Okay. All right. I'm liking this here. Okay, let's look here. The audiences or witnesses, your coterie, Primogen. All right, right now it's going to be, I'm just going to give you, there's willpower damage. So you can do bonus willpower damage depending on who your witnesses are. So when you socially attack someone, if you're just doing it in a private corner, it's not as damaging as if you do it in front of the Justiciariate, in front of the Regent of the Sabbat. That is murder. So what we're going to do here, social combat fools, I'm just checking real fast.
Well, I'm assuming that there's some bishop of the diocese that might be around, the bishop of war.
So my question, you may have, so this is just the opening volley. Right. So I guess if you want, so if you're going to make the point that I want to try to get a better, more listeners, that's a decision you can make, and I'm cool with that. So are you trying to find the bishop or someone of status?
Let's see what the audience thinks.
All right, audience.
If I go home, or if I should start small and build up to a crescendo.
I like that. I see two audience here. I see two things going on here. There's a little bit of the build up. Start a little bit of a rumor war, then have the the music stop, and then drop the hopefully the final blow as everyone's watching. Or do we want Darcy to just start talking shit out the gate and provoke a conflict sooner? Audience, that's up to you. We're going to give you just about 30 seconds to respond. So it is, we're going to do subtle, final finish, or go big, go home kind of thing. Here, let's see. Okay, I got build up. Perfect stage for an escalated performance. I'm thinking everyone's, so far we've got 5. Davy Jones shows ready just for you just to go balls. But everybody else, it's looking like they're Yeah, I think at this point, so we're gonna do the build up. We're gonna do the build up subtle. So you're gonna start the rumor mill, which I think will be more fun for the story personally.
And
Big,
that I move about with some other ducti of other packs and just kind of start out with people that I know are either opposed to the barbed wire freaks or neutral to. I'm obviously not going to target their allies, but just put a worm in an ear, make it just juicy enough to be able to weasel out and get into somebody else's, and so on and so forth down the line.
gotcha. So here's what I'm liking here. We're gonna use for your role here. We're gonna do manipulation plus your subterfuge, but you have a specialty in impeccable lies. We'll let that apply. So that's gonna put you at 6. You do have status, so I'm gonna add your status to it as well. So put you at 9. And I also believe this is no. I'm not gonna do that. So put you at 9 dice. You are at hunger 2. So let me go ahead. And you're gonna roll off here. So we're gonna do 9, 2, 1. I'm gonna use the thirst spot. Damn! Got a critical here, bud. Yes, Darcy. Yes, 7 successes. That is brutal. Brutal. Now, they get to roll to defend or attack you back. That being said, I think you just won here. But they're not bitches themselves. Like, we're gonna give them a shot here. I'm thinking though they're gonna be.
They wouldn't be a worthy opponent if they weren't able to fight back.
Yeah, let's see here. You know what? I like them being hungry. So I'm gonna make their hunger 3. Let's go ahead and roll. Oh, did I hit a button here? All right, they do not do as well. You have a total margin of 5 successes. So you are just gonna, you are subtle enough. You didn't messy crit, so I'm not gonna go too crazy with you here. You have a normal crit. So what that means, if you'd have messy critted, you would have succeeded, but it would have the rumor would have spread a little too quickly. But you did it just right that you've got the good timing. Like, so that's you in the corner dropping hints. It's moving at the perfect pace. So right now everything's set. The stage is set for hopefully your final blow. I guess the question is, and this is just flavor. I think I know the answer, but I'm going to toss it out here. He talks about how they're danger to the silence of the blood. Are you hinting that you have are you hinting the really cool stuff in in your backpack, or are you keeping that under wraps right now?
I want to keep that as my final ace in the hole. My middle finger as I'm walking out the door.
Gotcha. Okay, sounds good. Let's jump over to you, Mother Lillian. Is there anything you want to do?
Well, I think the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try and locate whoever I need to locate to tell them about Simone.
Okay. All right. I like this. As you said that, I did not prepare for that, so I've quickly developed an NPC. All right. I like just making things up as I go.
Is his name Joaquin?
Joaquin? No. No.
Felt like a name.
No. Michael Santovic is a Zamitzi of a little bit of age. The Santovic are the hedonistic branch of the Zamitzi. To describe Michael looks like a beautiful doll. Almost in a Victorian look, like it. To almost in a way, imagine a slightly more effeminate version of Alucard from Castlevania.
Impossible.
Yeah, impossible. Yeah, gosh, I like Lydia's over there. Like I'm on it. Yeah. So that is Michael Santovic. He is sitting over. His reputation. He's got some status, but he doesn't have any official station. So he's not a member of the clergy. So he sits in the corner. We will say, did you bring Zul with you, Mother Lillian?
Of course.
Okay, so we will say he has a something that's more akin to like a panther, but it has like snake scales.
Oh,
And he is there petting it. And you know what? I even have a frilly shirt and all that other stuff, and I'm so mad. Wait a minute, I think it's right here. You guys, I have to wait. Sorry, it's happening. It's happening.
It's nearby. I must change. Oh, Adam.
sorry,
Anything.
everyone.
I'm the
Terrible.
dramatic Toreador.
All right, there we go. This is what's just lying around at my house. this stuff right here.
Just lying around.
Yeah, it was like right over there. Like I was like, oh, wait a minute. All right, so here we go. We'll do this here. Sorry. Everyone's probably wondering what my place is like at this point. Like you have fangs just sitting out. Yeah, all right, we're gonna turn the light down so the white isn't so bright. Let's pull this up here as I'm quickly. This is my last minute costuming here. All right. Nah, we'll just go with that. We'll go with that. So yes, he is sitting there petting his pets.
Michael, darling.
Mother Lillian, please sit. You look so well put together.
Always the charmer. Flattery will get you everywhere, and you know it.
So far it has. Please sit down. I see your charming pact mate Lydia has a new embracee, he says, indicating Nova and Lydia owning the dance floor.
Ah, yes, our beautiful star Nova.
Perfect. So what brings you here this
is.
evening? I have heard so many dastardly rumors here tonight.
Oh, goodness.
Yes.
What have you heard?
Well, I don't put much credence in I don't put a great deal of credence into what the barbed wire freaks say, but there is rumor that Darcy might be in a great deal of trouble. Have you not met his brother? He is about.
I hadn't.
Oh, yes.
He hadn't mentioned that.
Well, they are a little persona non grata around here. I wouldn't be surprised if the bishop asked them to leave soon.
Indeed. Good to know. I do, unfortunately, come at you with a slight concerning matter.
And what's that?
Something's happened to Simone.
What has happened to Simone? Please tell me. I am all ears.
I went to visit her and returned to her the artists in which we borrowed to create the cross for this evening, but she wasn't herself.
Metamorphosis? What can I say? They try to be different every night.
This was more than metamorphosis. She broke its neck immediately and said that would keep it safe.
That is unusual, but I understand why. Is that a great concern to me?
She spoke of something that was trying to get out of her.
I think I've heard you are sounding like Limbach Ruthven. I would not follow in that star. I would probably keep such rumors to yourself. So Lembach Reuven is a very, very famous Tzimisce who is believed to have been present at the slaying of the eldest. Outside of that, though, he is considered to be an absolute failure in every other aspect. He wanders around diocese to diocese, avoiding most things, and just promising that just telling people that he's trying to be a good lad. So But I wouldn't put...
My only large concern is she peeled her back off and there's lupine glyph on it and said that this was what was coming for us.
Well, I am not gifted in the sight. Perhaps you should seek out someone who is. No doubt there's a Malkavian about. Several. Or, they say what can provoke marvelous visions is to find the skull of a madman, hollow it out, and drink blood mixed with sage. That might help. Or it'll taste terrible, one of the two.
I'm not sure if Simone is still themselves now, though. And I felt that this should be addressed.
If you feel Simone is a danger, then I would bring it up to the bishop or take matters into your own hands.
I wanted to bring it to you before I brought it to the bishop.
Well, all I know is I would be careful of talking about the concerns of what might be happening to people's skins. It damages our reputation and it makes you sound like Lembach. No one wants to sound like him.
Understandably so.
And with that, we'll jump over to you, Nova. Nova, do you feel like your character? How do you want to? So you're there dancing with Lydia. You're owning the room. Is your character bold? You gonna go talk to someone? Or
Well, here's my question.
yes,
I'm getting a little meta here.
Okay.
So is the S spot happening after the night in question?
Before. We are not directly affiliated with the light in question, by the way. So
I mean,
yeah.
yes, but Zazel did come in because
Yeah.
I was gonna see if there was a gorgeous red head and a leather jacket with a scowl on her face that I could get to dance with me.
No. Unfortunately, not.
Another meaning of dancing with yourself. But well then, if Ellen's not there, I'm not interested. No. I think while Lydia and Nova are dancing, Nova is going to get a little bit more bold and just not try and subtly look around them for someone who is cute.
Oh, okay. Well, so that, luckily for you, this is both a target-rich environment and a terrifying environment to fail miserably.
Yeah.
Because there are Nosferatu, very much Sabbat who revel in their inhumanity. That being said, your beast is awakened. You know what?
What do I have to roll?
You know what? This seems like a good spot to take a break while I quickly come up with an answer to this. So here's what's going to happen, everybody. We're going to take a about a 10-minute break while we get a drink and I desperately try to come up with an answer. Hopefully, unlike last night, an animal will not shatter a glass here, and I'll have to spend the 10 minutes cleaning it up and then totally not prepare. But who knows? We don't know. Maybe I'll take this off and maybe try to come up with some piece of makeup. But so we will see you guys in about 10 minutes. Let me find my...
Thank you, 10 minutes.
Yeah, thank you, Tanya. We'll go back to the promo videos, let you guys watch that. Have a good time. Or do we have... Oh, did I load that up? Let me look. You know what? During the break, we'll go ahead and I'll run some Sinners and Saints clips for you guys a little bit because I realize I have that loaded up. So have fun watching that, and we'll be back in a hot minute. So let's take care of the music and the rest. Okay, everyone, welcome back. Sorry that delay there in between. I had to reel the cast under control. They were getting a little out of hand. but that's okay. That's why I love to have them here. I saw a quick question from Creighton. Yeah, we're using 5th edition, but we're in a V20 or 3rd edition setting. Because when we started developing the story, it was before the new book we knew anything about the new book, the Sabat Black Handbook, which is presenting them as antagonists, and it's a little different. So we didn't update to the V5 setting, but I love these rules. So they're a lot more narrative, and I don't have to worry about blood points, soaking rolls, and yada yada yada. Just I like V20, but it's just
This is my first time playing with this system, like in a serious way. Like, we've done a couple little dabbles here and there with my local groups, but I'm really appreciating kind of the narrative freedom that these rules give you, and kind of the streamline effect. We're not sitting there looking at sheets for 4 hours in a mass combat.
yeah.
Really
Indeed.
enjoying to tell the story with these rules.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of 5th edition. Just to get off on a tangent, yeah, I feel like the hunger is always present. I mean, unless you're Lydia and you're eating a werewolf, but short of that. But I like that. I look forward to maybe telling some other stories, potentially here on TTRP Theater or other channels. As I was talking to the cast and stuff, I always have a million projects, so be ready for more stuff. If you love us and you're having fun watching us and the stuff that I do with all of these amazing people, plus even more. You like all of these people, wait till you see everyone else I work with. They're equally as amazing. We're going to try to do more stuff in the future. You'll like us. Little side plug. Some of us, now, this stuff that most of us are wearing, we just happen to have, but on my other shows like Star Trek, 1776, we go out and buy costumes for you guys, and kind of for us, but to kind of add a little bit here. So if you would love to help support us, there's a couple ways you can do that. One, like and subscribe, follow, all the free stuff. You can totally do that. That helps us out, because eventually when we get enough, maybe we can get a few dollars to, pay for that frilly shirt, which was incidentally given to me for free. But you know what I mean. If you want to support me directly, you can go to Patreon, look up the Vampire Interpreter, and we have 3 tiers on there of different ways you can support us. I don't have anyone subscribed yet, but if people do, we'll start dropping in like kind of makeup tutorials or things we do to get ready, and have a game chat with us where we just kind of talk. So that's a way to help. Another thing you can do is go to the Patreon for this channel, TTRP Theater, and supporting them directly, because the video work, like that video you just watched, that was somebody else. I control all of this other stuff now after I've learned, but the people that do our photography work and things like that, they're not up here, quote unquote, soaking up the spotlight. They do it all in the backside, and they deserve a couple of bucks. So help us out. That being said, if you're having fun, we're having fun just playing what would be our tabletop game, just with, a little bit extra makeup and things like that. So that being said, let's go. Oh yeah, and hit the Discord. T-Dorf just put it in there. You can go in the Discord and just chat with TTRP Theater people, find out all the other stuff we're doing. So thank you, Cretin, for joining the TTRP Theater Twitch community, for following. We love it.
Thank you.
Yeah, so let's go ahead. I don't know why I decided to talk, then drink, and then realize I couldn't speak at the same time. Always crazy like that. Okay, and thank you, Love ST2. I'm going to say maybe you love me as well. I will take that. Yay, thank you for doing that. I need to do that. Anyway.
Donate $100 to Patreon and he'll do the next show topless.
Yeah, that'll...
Scandalous.
That being said,
We'll get you pasties.
Well, give me pasties. That'll be fine. That reminds me of a funny story, but we don't have time for that here today. That's something you can ask me on the Ask Me Anything. Nipples. Remember nipples in wrestling.
I will always remember those 2 things.
So let's go ahead and get started. Where we last left our group of monsters, you guys were partying up at the S spot. A rumor war has started between you and the barbed wire freaks. Darcy has dealt a devastating blow to the leader of them. Really has drained a great deal of willpower. That being said, they have shot back, only done a little bit of damage to Darcy in regards to bringing up his past connection to the Black Angels, the nihilistic, terrifying Path of Night pack. Excuse me, which, so association with them, if you want to be big and important, it's kind of not always conducive to your career, but you can't help who bit you. So while that's happened, Mother Lillian has spoken with Michael Santovic about the concerns of what's happening with the Zemitzi clan. Michael seems disinterested in this conversation and warns Mother Lillian that you may begin to sound like Lembach Ruthven, who is doesn't have the greatest reputation in this Sabbat. Lily's owning the dance floor along with Nova, and Nova specifically asked Lydia's owning the dance floor. Who knows? Lily could be here. No one knows. No one's looked for her yet. Yeah. So Nova, you are looking around for someone cute.
Yep.
I think. Well, fortunately / unfortunately, that's not what's going to happen. You are going to we are going to say, for narrative purposes, actually, I can roll if you want me to roll. But if, Lydia, you're going to become distracted with something else cute and or frightening in the corner that will keep you busy. Apparently, you're muted, Lydia?
No, you were. Not anymore.
Oh, we're not anymore? Okay, cool. So, unless you were particularly going to feel like you would resist this, we'll just say it happens. So,
What is this?
you're being distracted. There is something that is drawing your attention, which to your character will appear completely normal and draw your attention away. That being said, on the meta level, something's happening to you to make you look away. So it depends on whether or not do you want to spot or do you want to let crazy stuff happen to Nova without you watching?
Well,
All right, we'll go ahead and roll. I got it.
I was gonna. I'm like hyped up on.
That is, you know what? I'll give you that. You're hyped up on your boyfriend blood here, so let's go ahead and roll that. I like it. That's a good excuse.
Boy toy.
Yeah, boy toy is amping you up here.
Oh yeah, just take eyes off of the only false Sabbat we are in charge of.
Not
Nope.
false. Not false. Just not yet true.
And also, nobody appointed it to be my job.
Exactly. Mother Lillian's definitely going to keep an eye on Nova.
That's
It takes
fine.
a village to raise a idiot. Or something like that.
Wow.
Hello?
All right, so you were rolling 7 dice to resist. We'll go ahead and roll. You will have 2 successes. Okay. I am rolling against you. Oh wait, that's not true.
That is a little confusing though, because the dice bot says SUX for success, so it just shows up like fail.
All right. So you have 2 successes to resist, while the target has 6 successes to hit you with this power. Do you want to re-roll up to 3 dice?
No,
No?
I'm gonna see what happens.
All right. Well, specifically, you won't necessarily see what happens. So your attention is drawn away. And that will allow Nova to move away and have kind of her moment. You look off, and someone will step in to dance with you as I slowly get dressed here. Which is good, because it was cold. This is me trying to be sexy. Which jacket?
Which jacket?
Hey.
It's not that jacket.
Not Basil's.
It's not Daddy.
There we go.
Oh, it's Solomon!
Oh. Wait, do I know you?
No, you don't see me.
Oh, I don't. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, you do not. You are not aware of my presence. Only
Just-
Nova.
Only Nova?
I mean, I can roll against you too if you'd like.
Please do,
Okay, we'll go ahead and roll against you real fast too.
because I'm definitely watching her.
Wait,
Gotcha.
will Nova just look like an idiot talking to no one?
No.
All right.
Well, it's not
Hopefully
that
not.
they don't see him; they don't notice him, which means
Yeah,
that he
it's
passed by them while they were distracted.
yeah.
You will have 3 successes on your roll. The caster had 6.
Man, he is on fire tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I kept his original roll.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, damn, 6 again. Shit. For sure.
So you could re-roll and try to get lucky. It would be highly unlikely, but you could spend your willpower. You've already done 1.
Nah, I'm good.
No? Okay. Well, howdy, little lady. You seem to always do find yourself in a strange party.
You too? I thought. Wait. Did you say you were with them when I first met you?
I don't believe I'm not. In your defense, or in my own defense, I don't exactly remember what I said, but I'm sure other people had a fancy story on who they thought I was. Again, my name is Solomon, and
Yeah, no, I remember you. I didn't hear any stories about you. I was kind of being distracted with the fact that my death was ordered.
that was mighty inconvenient.
Super rude. I'm not gonna lie.
So how are you acclimating to your new existence?
It's different.
No doubt.
There's a lot more directness.
That is something that could be said about this group. Now,
As a whole, or just my little unit?
the Sword of Cain, the Sabbat, I do have a few acquaintances amongst them.
I'm not allowed to talk with anyone with a title.
Well, don't worry. I don't have any fancy titles.
Okay.
Yeah, well, at least not here. I've been looking for you, and you've been a little difficult to find. I saw that you finally returned home not too long ago.
How did you know that?
Why, I've been
Oh, wait, yeah, you were there. You were there.
yeah,
Next.
I've been
Sorry.
keeping an eye out, hoping that you'd show up. And turns out you did, with your new pack, as it were.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Why? Me?
Well, I'm looking for something, as I'm sure everyone is. But I have a question for you first. Dream much recently? Oh.
No.
Oh, now don't. I do know a lie when someone tells me one, 'cause I myself have been known to tell a fib here or there. That was a lie, and it's okay. So, are they vivid yet?
Have you seen the movie The Labyrinth?
I am afraid I have not.
Well, then my references just go nowhere. Let's just say, in my dream, the prince was a puppet made of wood, and I cut his strings and threw him into an ocean of blood.
Ah, yeah, no doubt some sort of a power fantasy.
Eh.
Anything else?
There was a guy playing a piano?
Oh, well, that's good. Anything else?
Do you know of guys who play the piano, specifically Moonlight Sonata?
I'm quite certain many people can play that. It is quite popular. Is there
I never
anything
much cared for it,
else?
but anything else? I am literally drawing a blank on what that latter part of the dream was.
You fell into essentially a ward with children. You found
Baby.
one
Yes, yes, that's what it is.
unmarked, and then there was some sort of shadow angel that seemed to wish harm, and you heard a voice that I believe you were not meant to see this. Wake
Yeah.
up, something along that line.
Does the concept of a, I don't know if it's a fallen angel, but just an angel in black wanting a baby,
Wow, that is
Like-
interesting.
like an actual literal baby.
Indeed. Children can cause so much trouble. Thank you, Nova. That's what I wanted to hear.
Do you know of any babies with evil guardian angels?
I actually might, but that's not important right now. I'm going to give you a little bit of heads up. Everyone around you wants a little bit more from you than they're letting on. I want you to think. Remember about the night that you were on, that we met, that fateful night that you were going to be executed?
Yeah.
Seems kind of strange that they just happened to show up right when you needed it. Seems kind of strange. The prince wanted to know if you had read anything or wanted to know what your sire knew. Yet that's what they want. And that's what others want. There's something else more special about you than just your pretty face. Be careful. Everyone's gonna come looking soon. And as nice as those monsters are now, when you don't give them what they want, you might find yourself in a similar situation, but no one's gonna come save you. So be careful now. Promise?
When you say that they want more of me than they're letting on, and that if they don't get what they want, things could turn out badly for me.
Mm-hmm.
What if, theoretically speaking, I think they already have it?
Well. Hold on here. Sorry, someone sent me a message. I will read that later. I didn't know people could private message me on Twitch. I was like, what is this thing going up over here?
Oh, I'm
No.
apparently sounding quiet but echoey. Sorry, y'all.
Oh, incidentally, the answer to that, the echo was I took these off so that I could hear you, but it's enough to hear you and it's close enough to my mic so they could just hear it again. So that's why that stopped. You think they already have it? Well, then you may have outlived your usefulness, so then you'll just have to survive on your own wits. But let me tell you this, a little secret. They don't have what they want yet.
Can you give me a hint as to what it is?
Now, why would I ruin the fun?
It's more fun when you have someone else playing with you.
Oh, my dear Nova, don't worry. Someone's been playing with you for a long time now. You just have to find out who.
I think
If
I need
it-
a drink.
For what it's worth, I'm rooting for you. And then he will, like, very movie fashion, someone will step in front of him and he will be gone. And then Lydia and Mother will be able to... That they did not notice you before, you were just not doing anything suspicious. You were dancing. You were something.
would like a human, please.
You would like a human, please. How would you like that human? That sounds kind of alive. Rare, medium well.
Pass it through a warm room.
No, pass it through a warm room. Gotcha. All right. So, what do you do with this human? Who do you find? I will let you narrate that before we get to the rest.
The brain is kind of shorting out at this moment because I feel that connection to them via the Vaulderie, but now I'm being told that I'm a pawn yet again. That doesn't feel great. So I'm just gonna find a human, and I'm gonna pull a Maya, and I'm not gonna entrance him. I'm just gonna eat him.
Gotcha. Okay. There you go. So you approach. There are several mortals about. Though before it takes you a little bit more effort, you just seem to instinctively know which way to go. And you will find someone, sink your teeth in, and my question is, how much do you drink?
I have at 2 hunger.
Yes, you can only reduce it to 1 without killing him.
So, I have a D10.
Mm-hmm.
Highs, they live. Lows, they don't.
Why don't we leave it to the audience?
Oh?
Yeah.
I mean, I personally like to make this decision myself.
Okay, fine. There you go. Fine, I guess. Agency.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, God, do it.
I rolled a 10, so they live.
All right, they live. All right, so you grab a hold of this person, and now your character is a little bit more of typically the seductive type on how you feed. So, but instead you get a hold of this individual, and there is a yellow topic, somewhat of level of intimacy I'm going to have your character do. Please tell me if I'm wrong. There's, as you grab a hold of this person and sink your teeth into their neck, there is, like, the way you grab them, like you dig your nails in. You don't have claws. And it's, I can't even think of a word, like you were just, damn girl, you in there. Like just up on, like, and this person's gasping, even to the point of having a rasping breath. It is hard for them to breathe. That is just how in there you are. You're not taking much, but you are this time actually, instead of enjoying the pleasure of it, you're enjoying the primal aspect of it. You have taken what you wanted. This person is helpless in your arms, and if I may speak for your character, damn, that's an awesome feeling.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. Cool. Thank you.
Just for a flavor aspect, to punctuate this, I would just like Darcy to just see only that and just kind of applaud loudly enough, hopefully to catch Nova's attention. If not, he's just really happy.
It's for him. It's not for her.
Anybody, like, good on you, girl. Good on you.
Yeah. Good for
She's in her own
Good
role
for
right
her.
now. I don't
Good
think
for
she
her.
notices anything.
Works for me.
Yeah. Good for her. All right.
Mother's gonna go.
They grow up so fast, don't they, Mama?
Me too.
All right. So with that, the music will fall. I don't want to say silent. It's not silent, but it definitely gets reduced. The Archbishop will step forward. The crowd parts. There are a few members of the crowd that don't immediately part. One of the Paladins and Templar will approach 2 individuals and tell them that they must leave now. And they do. And once the Black Angels have been expelled from the Espot, it continues. The Archbishop will step forward. Welcome, Canaanites, to our Espot, our party, our opportunity to revel in our Canaanite nature. I know, he says, looking at Nova and at others, that there are new embracees, new potentials to join packs, to become true, to survive through the creation rites. There are some of you here this evening. And some of you, he says, only looking at Nova, might have been raised a little bit different. We are no kindred here. We do not hide from what we are, and there is freedom in that. And I see, he says, we're going to say he wipes away a little bit of the blood from your cheek, that you might be beginning to embrace that. Good. Very good. I will let the festivities continue. I want tonight to be fun. Tomorrow, those of you that are dedicated to the sword, not rampant loyalist rabble-rousers and nihilists like the Black Angels, but those that actually want to do things for the sword, to strike back at our enemies. Tomorrow night, some work begins. If you're interested in such work, let me know. My door is open. Please continue the party. And he will walk back to where his VIP room, and the music will resume. What do you do?
I'm going to walk right over to Nova and say, "Oh, you did so good. So wonderful. I'm so happy for you."
I was just standing there while he talked to me.
Oh, I wasn't talking about that.
Oh. What was he talking about?
So, Mother Lillian, you did not see or notice Nova talking to anyone. So any reference,
no.
okay.
The feeding.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
No. The feeding is all Mother Lillian was going to mention.
I haven't done it that way before.
Exactly. You've embraced a part of yourself. It's a beautiful thing. It's wonderful to see you grow, to experience freedom, to be yourself.
Be myself. Yeah.
Whoever that is.
Guess I'll see.
So
You'll
what do
grow
we...
into it.
So, it seems like Darcy wants to do something. Yes, Darcy.
So I'm going to be playing off kind of the loose, quote unquote, mechanic you have with the Vaulderie and kind of try to draw the pack together, because I kind of see an opportunity now to go speak to the cardinal. Or is it a cardinal or an archbishop? Which
Archbishop. The archbishop.
Archbishop.
Because I see kind of our opening now. He's given us the carte blanche with his open door policy for us to definitely put in some good FaceTime with all these relics and artifacts that we have. Also, to build some solid cred and to make sure that our little convert here has a good standing with the diocese.
All right. Does that sound like an agreeable plan to everyone?
Yes.
All right. You approach the VIP room. The paladin he tells you to wait for just 1 second. As you can see, the archbishop is clearly talking to someone else for a moment. They're dismissed. I shouldn't say dismissed. They're kind of, okay, well, the business is done.
Howard kind of says, one moment, I'm going to turn to Nova real quick, and I'm going to be like, I'm going to ask you a very important question right now, dear, and I need your very honest answer.
Okay.
Is this what you want? You want to run with us?
I don't know what I want anymore, so Not sure it matters at this point.
Sweetheart, if there's one thing I can teach you, if there's one thing I can pass on to you, is that regardless of everything else going on in your world and every other pressure you got pressing down against you, you still have the power of your own choice. But I'm about to move up in here and make a power move. If you ain't ready to come with us, you just need to let me know right now. But if you want to be free, the closest that we'll probably ever know, if you want to start making your own decisions and living your own life, now's the time to speak up. Because the next few minutes here are going to be mighty important.
Did you really find me by chance?
He'll lean in real close to you and be like, if you're asking that question, you already know the answer. The circumstances of us finding you isn't what we expected.
So with that, the two of you, Lydia and Ember, as far as you guys were led to believe just before you arrived, this was an happy accident. So Darcy is revealing something to you that does not add up with what you were told at the time.
But if you're going to trust me, and he'll put his hand up to the two of you because he can feel you staring at the back of his head. But if you're going to trust me, I need you to know you can trust me as much as I need to know I can trust you. So no, it wasn't by accident. I didn't know you from anybody that night. But I knew when we found you who you were and what you could possibly be. So I took a chance and I gambled and I tried to offer you something different, something new. Because I didn't want to force you like those Camarilla scumbags do. I didn't want to control you or pressure you. I wanted you to choose.
But it's a Hobson's choice.
At the time, yeah, but right now, this is the real one.
You say you want me to trust you, but I'm not the one who's lied. Maybe by omission. You want to give me freedom, you want to give me the freedom of choice, maybe let me know what I'm choosing between. Let me know I'm not actually a piece on a game board that I didn't even know I was playing.
Sweetheart, we're all a piece on somebody else's game board right now, myself included. But you see, I'm going to try to change the game up on everybody else, and I need to know that I'm not the only piece on the board that doesn't want to play checkers no more. Unfortunately, right now, we're flying by the seat of our pants. You got one shot, and I promise you, no matter what you say tonight, you're going to walk out of here safe. And if you don't want to stay with us come morning, that's fine too. But right now, I need somebody on my side I know I can trust. So here it is, everything I got. Not a lie amongst it. Not the whole truth, but that'll take more time.
I don't have any plans of screwing you over. Take that for whatever it's worth.
Well, that's better than no, I suppose. Probably better than I deserve right now. We'll finish this conversation later, I promise. But right now, we got to go meet some very powerful canines.
Yes, Darcy, we need to talk later.
I'll sort all of it out, Mama, I promise. You know me, I ain't never broke a promise to nobody.
The Archbishop will stand when you guys approach. The Shadow Kings and their potential Nova. Good to meet you, Nova.
It was a pleasure. Well, this young one here shows a great deal of promise, and I believe that she'll be a valuable asset to the Sabbat. But that is not why we came here. Amongst our adventures in the evenings, as we have, we happened to come across and subsequently liberate several artifacts and relics from a collector amongst the Camarilla. And with that, Darcy will produce the small satchel with the books and whatnot. We'd like to present this to the diocese with our utmost respect. I'm sure that you can put to good use the sacred texts as well as relics here for the glory of Cain the Regent and the Rite.
He turns to the paladin. Close the curtain. I didn't even want this to be true. Fuck.
I'll admit that's not the reaction I was going for.
Oh, don't get me wrong. This is impressive. Very impressive. And under any other circumstance, I would be elated to see this. But there's a catch this time. I'm glad that you're here, but I have to give you this. He pulls out a piece of paper and hands it to you. Hereby written on behalf of Inquisitor Bianchi, you are hereby ordered to report tomorrow at midnight to see and speak to the Inquisitor. Failure to arrive on time will result in a sentence of heresy and all the punishments here too.
Does this apply to just me or the entire Shadow Kings?
It says to the Shadow Kings. That'll be the... And the bishop kind of looks at you like, in a way like, what the... I don't know what's going on. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is where we will end our episode for A Vengeance in Vaulderie. The pack has been summoned before the Sabbat Inquisition to answer for crimes of heresy, most likely trumped up, but we'll see.
What, Bianchi? Never.
What'd you say?
Everybody's a heretic.
Exactly, always. So I hope everyone had a good time here this evening. I know I did. My notes for tonight were, let's just see what happens. I have a general, I have the overarching plot. That being said, I enjoyed a lot of the role play here tonight, a lot of intimate moments in regards to dialogue and interactions between characters. It was great. So if you're watching and you had a great time, again, what I said kind of at the break, why don't you hit that like and subscribe button, follow. If you want to become a patron through either my Patreon or TTRP Theaters, please go look us up on Patreon. That's where you see us. Or subscribe to the channel. All of it helps us in one way or another. Another fun thing you can do, this is a little side stuff too. If you're on Instagram and you see me or TTRP Theater post our promos, hey, you know what? Could you hit share? Because if one of your friends comes, that is really awesome. That's one more person that can enjoy the Sabbat story, even if they don't stick around. It's always tons of fun. We're doing this really for you guys. Lord knows no one's paying us the big bucks to do this. So we get to have our fun games with you guys. Join the Discord in the chat if you want to go talk with us. We're all there. Some of us are more chatty than others, but if you add us, you'll probably get a response from some of us. So it's a good way to get to know us. So join us next week where we will have the Inquisitor will be played by Jonathan. And if you're familiar with Sinners and Saints, which you guys saw the clip, you will see Jonathan back playing the Inquisitor to hopefully frighten and or cajole the pack into doing a favor or something. We'll learn a little bit more. Is Nova, in fact, a pawn in all of this? Yes. But we will learn how everyone else is has their own designs and desires for the fragment, which is what seems to be everyone is after. The stranger, Solomon, indicated that in the pile of books is not what everyone's looking for. Where is this fragment? Where has it been hidden? How does Nova tie to all of it? We don't know. Next week, we'll maybe have a few more hints. And then the week after that, we're going to have an Ask Us Anything kind of interview thing. I won't tell you all the answers, but if you want to learn more about us, that would be an awesome time to do that. So thank you, everyone, for the chat. And we will see you guys next week. So, and I don't have anything queued up, of course not. See you guys then.